Warning. This podcast may contain spoilers from whatever TV show or movie is mentioned. Please listen at your own discretion. Welcome to Viewers Anonymous.
Yo, what's going on? I am Scoots Bronson.
And I am S. Foster.
That's right. And you're tuned into another episode of the Viewers Anonymous podcast where we give you our very own reviews and takes of movies and TV straight out of Hollywood. What's going on with you, my guy?
Man, can't call it, man. Just ready to get into this very interesting podcast that you chosen.
Absolutely.
This is one for the ages, man. This is one for the
ages. for sure.
How
for
about
sure,
you, man? How you feeling?
Hey, man, doing good. Ready to pod, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's what we do.
Absolutely. Especially with this one. This is the one. I ain't gonna lie to you. So for everybody that's just joining us or you know what I'm saying, listening in. So today we're doing a documentary called Lover Stalker Killer. It was released this year, 2024. The platform is on Netflix. And this documentary is about a mechanic who basically is a serial online dater. And it comes to bite him in the ass. That's the best synopsis I can give you for this one. So getting into this, bro. When I watched this, I already thought online dating was trash. Now I am 100% sure that online dating is trash because who the fuck does this, bro? Like, why is this a thing?
Dude, I have absolutely no idea.
This is batshit crazy.
If this there are already people who are out there that are like already skeptical of online dating.
Mm-hmm.
Like when they see this, like this is just gonna change their whole world. And see, and I've done it. I've done it before. I never had any luck.
Mm-hmm.
I ended up I met one girl in person, but like it was like these two girls that I was communicating with. It was just like super weird situations where it was like we were like text or whatever,
mm-hmm.
and then like the shit had just stopped, and then like 6 or 8 months to go by, and then they'd be like, "Hey, what's up?" I'm like, "Fuck."
That's because they found somebody, nigga. That's what that is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but the thing is like, yo, it's been like 8 months. Like,
right?
You think I'm still on you? You know what I'm saying? Like, but it'd be like weird. Like I had one dude that I had met. I'm talking about this is like 2018, 19, my guy.
Yeah.
This person hit me a couple of months ago,
mm-hmm.
and was just like she was like, you know, hey, how are you? I'm like, I'm good. It's like, and then she's like, man, like something. This could be us, but you playing. I'm like, yo. I haven't talked to you in like a year and a half. What are you talking about? Like, I'm just saying, like it's super weird. And the only reason I had got on it, because I might have told you this before, I am antisocial. I am shy. I've never been a guy to just walk up and like pick up a girl at the bar, all that type of stuff. Like I've never done that stuff. I don't go up and just talk to random people. So that's why I went on there. But like if I was like still out here like trying to get it, and I seen this, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have to come up with a new strategy.
Absolutely, this would tell you 100% because nigga, this is nuts. So basically, you fared way more than our main focus point of this documentary, Dave Krupa, who this nigga is. I don't understand. Like, okay, so he's a mechanic. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure that women come through that motherfucker day in and day out because women don't know how to keep their cars together. You know what I'm saying? They don't know how to take care of their cars. So I know he sees like various women, you know what I'm saying, every day. Yes, Scoots Bronson said it. Y'all don't know how to take care of y'all cars. Y'all know that. Don't judge me. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure he sees women all the time, right? But he decides, yo, I got to get on this dating service because this is what's popping, I guess. I don't know. what's going on out there where they live, but I'm assuming that's just how you get down. Now, the woman he had initially was with, I think he said that they worked together at first because she came in and started working at the shop that he was at.
No, no,
His
no,
baby's
no.
mom.
Okay, well, okay, hold on. Let's set this up real quick, real quick.
Yeah.
So he was I don't think they ever got married, but so like his
No, they
first
yeah they
baby
did.
mom.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they
So they
did.
got married, had
Yeah.
2 kids or whatever. So
They
they
was
broke
but
up.
she came to work at the shop. That's how they met.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. She came to the shop. They got together, had 2 kids. Then they end
Right.
up breaking up, getting divorced, and she moves. And so he followed her so
So
he
he
could
could
still
be
be
with his
around his
kid. Yeah.
kids. So he started getting on Plenty of Fish because he don't know nobody in this new city. I'm saying that they
Right. Because
living in.
he can't go to a bar and scope out the scene. He gotta get online and see what's happening.
Look, I'm only laughing at him because that's me. It's like if that was to happen to me, like if my ex would have moved, and because that's definitely a move that I would have done.
Absolutely.
Like
You
if
gotta
it
be
would
where
have
your
been a
kids at.
situation like that, I'm going to where my kids at no matter if I ain't got no job. I
Hmm.
find one when I get there. I figure
Right.
all this shit out.
Right.
So that's definitely a me move where I would have
Hmm.
moved wherever my kids was, and like so I'm the type of person like with my personality. Yeah, I'm not a small talker. Like I would have jumped on something too. You know what I'm saying? He chose to do
Hmm.
Plenty of Fish, but like, but I see what you saying. I see what you're saying though. But it's like everybody don't have that colorful personality that you have.
Well,
I
no,
mean,
not even that. You ain't got to have no colorful personality. Because nowadays, women will come talk to you. You know what I'm saying? They'll come talk to you. They'll flirt with you. All that. You gotta catch the hints. But my thing is not just even going to talk to women part. Because truthfully, that's the last thing that should have been on his mind. If we really keeping it 100. You supposed to be making sure, you know what I'm saying, shit right with your baby mama so the kids and shit, it ain't no back and forth and all that other shit. She done already moved out the motherfucking state. So that's an issue number one. That's what you really need to be focused on. But another story. Anyway, you can go to a bar, you know what I'm saying, get you a drink, kick it, you know what I'm saying. You ain't gotta make no friends, man. You can sit at the bar by yourself. They'll come up to you. Trust me, they'll come up to you. I guarantee you that they'll come up to you. So that's what I'm saying. Like, and I get it. Some people use, like you said, some people use it because they're antisocial, or you know what I'm saying. They have a hard time talking to women, whatever the case may be. I'm cool. I get it. Me personally, I don't fuck with it only because there's a thing called catfishing,
yes.
and ever since I seen that, and you already know I'm a conspiracy theorist too, so everything's a scam to me. So I'll rip. Like you might see somebody, you be like, man, she looks amazing, and you swipe up. Next thing you know, it's a dude named Jerry at the bar waiting on you. I'm not with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not with that. Big muscular dude trying to rob you. I'm not with that. So nah, I just think that you know, it's other ways of going about this. Um, but so Dave, you know, saying he moves. Where did they go? Did they go to like
uh, what they went to? Was it Wisconsin first? Not
no,
Wisconsin.
it wasn't Wisconsin, bro. They was in like
No,
Oklahoma or something, weren't they? Or Phoenix, or they was in like the one of them
it
places
went.
because
It
the
went Phoenix.
because wherever they went, it had to be like the midwestern area, the like well not the midwestern area, but the western area, because the police stations was like named like Indian stations and shit.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. I still can't pronounce that shit at that one damn police station.
Yeah, it was like Pada Pada Matayik or something like that. I'm like,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah,
So
that shit was wild.
absolutely wild. But we gonna get to that though. We definitely gonna get to that because nigga, my man in the cowboy hat, I knew everything was about to get solved fucking with him, bro. You don't fuck with a nigga in the cowboy hat. But anyway, he goes on Plenty of Fish, like you said, bro, right? And he meets this chick named Carrie. They, you know what I'm saying? They kick it off. Everything cool. Now, this is what I respect about my man Dave. He keep it up front with her. I'm not
No, no, no. He
looking.
met Liz first.
No, I thought he. No, you right.
No, yeah,
You right.
Liz
He
was
met Liz.
first.
He met Liz. So he meet Liz. They kick it off. Everything good. Now, um,
Now, the
they
Carrie,
in Nebraska. They in Nebraska. Now that I'm thinking about it, they in
Nebraska.
Nebraska. Okay, so they are in the Midwest. Okay, look. So me Liz, they kick it off, everything good. They, what I'm saying, having bowling dates and all that shit. Everything is nice. He tells her off rip, hey, I'm not looking for nothing but a fun time. I'm not looking for no girlfriend shit, no boyfriend shit, no none of that. I'm just kicking it. I'm only here because my kids is here. That's it. That's all. You know what I'm saying? She like, yeah, me too. You know how they be. Yeah, me too. Just lying to themselves. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, after after that, he meets Carrie is the second one, right?
Yeah, but
So he meets
he met
Carrie.
her at the shop first because she brought a car.
Yeah, because women can't take care of their car. Women don't know how to take care of their cars. So of course, Carrie pops up, you know what I'm saying? She need her car fixed. Dave, you know what I'm saying? This nigga under there doing the oil change. He look up, he just see this tattoo on his foot. He like, oh man, is he smoking? He didn't even see what she looked like yet. He just seen the tattoo on the foot. He ready. You know what I'm saying? He get up, he see her, she decent. He like, okay then. Da, da, da. So you know what I'm saying? They kick it off now. So now he done backed off of Liz. You know what
Well,
I'm saying?
he did. Well, I don't think he necessarily backed off of Liz. I
He
just think that,
definitely backed off of Liz, bro. What are you talking about?
yeah, I mean, yeah, but see, because he did. The thing is, I don't think he backed off of Liz until he found Carrie on Plenty of Fish, and he was like, "Yo, you remember me?" And she was like, "Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
you." And then he started hanging with her or whatever, whatnot. And so then he was just looking at it like, all right, so this one right here, she's a winner. But the Liz girl,
Quick question.
you know,
Quick question. I don't believe he ever found her on Plenty of Fish.
so you think he's lying?
No, I think that was the one chick. That shit is a setup. Cause that bitch is
But
too smooth with
no,
the
no.
technology.
What this is the thing. I don't think she got there yet because this is the thing. So he met Carrie in person,
Right.
worked on the hood, and then
Right.
she left, and that's all it was to it. The way they put it.
Yeah.
Then he saw her on Planet Fish. Yo, you remember me? Blase,
Yeah.
blase. Yo, let's meet up. And then he meet
Mm-hmm.
up with her, and then that's when. Now he say he told her the same shit, but this is the thing. He let her pretty much stay over. Now we're
Yeah,
talking about,
smashing.
yeah, and this is only, I mean, less than 2 weeks because it was 2 weeks when he got the mysterious text message, which we'll get more into that. Of
Yeah,
like,
'cause
yo,
that
can we
shit was
move in?
crazy.
Can I move in? And then
No,
he's like, yeah.
it wasn't no get out movie. That shit was wild. Movie wasn't even that was the tip of the iceberg. That shit was that it was already crazy. So, like I said, he was kicking it with Carrie, right? So him and Carrie, you know what I'm saying, they getting tight. Now, this is the thing about these situations. And this is why, for me, I fuck with Dave because once again, he was keeping it real. He was just like, yo, I'm not looking for nothing more than just kicking it. Like
Yeah.
he was real about that. Now, like you said, she stayed the night a lot. Of course, they smashing. You know what I'm saying?
But
She giving it consistent too.
but her job was a few minutes away from where his apartment
Exactly.
was. So
Exactly.
he would stay over there because it was a quicker drive to get to work and all of this.
Absolutely.
But the mistake that he made was, why did you already have Liz having some stuff over there and Carrie having some stuff over there?
It don't matter. That's all irrelevant. I'm just kicking it. God damn it, this ain't my girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? I done already told you. I'm out here. So however you feel is how you feel. You can either stay with it, you can get down, or you can lay down. Dave
Man,
out
look.
here laying down the law. He done already told him now. I'm just trying to kick it.
All right, if he laying down the law, don't leave your shit here. Bring what you need when you come.
You can leave whatever you want here. Just know we ain't connected in no way. You can fuck what you leave over here. You can leave your shoes. You can move in. Just know if you move in, your roommate, you ain't my girl. You know what I'm saying? So I feel him. He was keeping the G, bro. He was keeping the gangster, bro. Like he was doing what he was supposed to do. So one night, or no, one day, he goes off to work. And next thing you know, he just getting all of these text messages back to
Oh
back to
well,
back to
no,
back
no,
to
no,
back.
no, no. You're skipping. No,
What
no,
I'm
no. We
skipping,
can't
what
do
I'm
that. We
skipping.
can't do that. So he had carryover gets a fucking call from Liz saying that she need to get something.
Word.
And so he's like, he goes downstairs, talk to Liz. They didn't really talk about what they really talked about. So
Right.
then he goes back upstairs and tell Carrie, yo, you know, this girl that I was messing around with, she's downstairs. She said she need to come up and get something. You know, we can continue this at another time, basically. So that's when they walk past each other.
Word.
He walked he walked Carrie out and let Liz in.
Yeah.
Then you can go to where you was going. Because
So
that's very important, because that's the first time that she saw her. And then there's a picture that was taken that had to be taken that night that we're gonna get to later on in the
you know
pod.
what? Now that I think about it, everything happened that night.
Yeah. Everything happened that night.
Everything happened that night. Now that you say that, everything happened that night. It had to be because
Yeah,
now
because that's when she got the
everything after
text
that
from her phone.
everything makes sense after that. So the next, excuse me, the next day, he started getting all these crazy messages from Carrie, and he at work like, what the fuck is this? You know what I'm saying? I already know how he was feeling. He was like, man, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I should have never, never let this bitch come over and do it. I knew it. I knew it was gonna happen like this. Every man thinks that when some shit go down like that. So by this time, he's getting all these crazy messages, he getting threats and all this other stuff. Then Liz pops up. Her car is scratched up. So, you know what I'm saying? She come over, she like, hey, like what the fuck is going on, man? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting these crazy messages too, and blah blah blah. And so now Liz is the damsel in distress. My man Dave is like, oh man, it's my fault. You know what? Come stay with me. I got you. I'm gonna protect you.
Oh no. He didn't move her in for that.
Not
That's
off,
not
not
why.
off rip. I'm not talking about
No, not
moving in.
off
I'm
rip.
saying he
Yeah.
had her stay with him that night.
Oh yeah,
Remember, 'cause
that
they
night.
was
Yeah, you're
yeah,
right.
'cause they was going back and forth with the messages. So he like, come stay with me. I'm gonna protect you. So you know what I'm saying? Pretty much, Liz and Dave, after a while, you know, they start rekindling. They get down. You know what I'm saying? They got crazy ass Carrie throwing shit off whack, and somehow that's pushing Liz further and further into Dave's arm, or so he thinks. You know what I'm saying? So he thinks. So now we at the point to where these two are on the path of getting back together. You know what I'm saying? In my mind, because you know what I'm saying, that was my first time watching this. I haven't heard of this story. I didn't know nothing about this. So man, in my mind, I'm like, yo, this nigga has stumbled upon a fucking weirdo. Because like she taking pictures of shit. She talking about I see you at the front desk. Like she talking crazy. These text messages are wild, bro. Like
Oh
this
yeah.
nigga can't go outside and smoke on the smoke break. He don't know
Yeah.
what's going on. Now I will say this though. I will say this. It has to come at some point as a man. It has to come at some point where you have to, especially in this situation, like when you got a stalker that's threatening you and all that shit, you have to you gotta drop your morals, bro. You gotta put your morals somewhere back in your subconscious, and you gotta go find her and punch her, bro. You got to.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, look, I agree with you on the losing your morals.
Yeah.
I mean, I ain't punching nobody. I mean, you want to,
Fuck that,
you
bro.
want to,
Fuck that,
but because
bro.
some of that shit was weird as fuck. Like the
That's what
whole
I'm
text message and
saying,
shit about like, yo, I see the customer that's going in. I'm gonna go after your customers too. Like, what the fuck? Like,
bro.
why are you gonna go after innocent people that trying to get their car fixed?
That's what I'm saying. If anything, show your worth. Just go mess their car up so they can bring it back. That's how you get me back. I'm a mechanic, baby. Come on, man. Like
Yeah.
she ain't even thinking straight. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, this Carrie chick is nuts. So we end up seeing Carrie's mom. You know what I'm saying? They talk to Carrie's mom about some things, and she talks about how Carrie had some issues in the past because you know what I'm saying she had some
bipolar and
yeah, she
depression.
had bipolar disorder, she had depression, and we find out that Carrie has a son.
Yes.
So all of a sudden, Carrie disappears from that whole scene, right? Leaves her son behind, leaves her mom behind. She sending messages to her mom like, "I'll be back soon," and all this other stuff. So now
Yes.
this is where I start saying, "All right, this shit is getting weird," because you leaving your family, not even just your family. I'm sorry, your son. You leaving your son behind for a dude you barely know.
Well, it ain't even really that. Like, so what her mom said when she was getting text messages, that the text messages were saying, "Oh, I need to step away for a while. Blase blase. Look, I found
Mm-hmm.
this new job in Kansas. I'm making over 100,000 a year." But then she said, like, it was details in the beginning, but then the text started getting shorter and shorter
But
to
see, that's what I'm
where,
saying. That's what she was telling her mom. But ultimately, when you look at the bigger picture, she really leaving behind her fucking son for a
yeah,
dude that you supposedly in love. You don't know this man. Y'all ain't even been together long enough for y'all to fall in love for real. So off rip, it's already starting to get weird to me at least. I'm like, yo, something ain't right about this shit. I'm already sniffing. I'm trying to sniff it out at least. I'm like, something ain't right about this chick. Like either you know what I'm saying. Like either she got people working with her, or she really just like she done did this shit before then. It's one of the two. She got a team working with her, or she done did. She really is like the most nicest stalker out there. So after a while, you know what I'm saying. Some issues happen, and her mom files a missing persons report. The police come to Dave's job because that was the last person she had an interaction with or whatever. And Dave is like, "Yo, I ain't got nothing to do with no missing persons, but that bitch ain't missing. That bitch is around
right.
here somewhere. That
Yeah, he
bitch is
showed he
probably
showed
out
her the
there
text
watching us right
messages.
now." Yeah, he was like, "She ain't missing, nigga." So he shows the detectives you know what I'm saying, the messages. The detectives are like, "Okay, so now all of this shit changes. This goes from missing persons to a stalker." You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So now it's off rip. It's getting crazy because they like, okay, we thought that, you know what I'm saying, this dude might have did some shit. Now we come to find out this guy's the victim.
yeah,
And they basically are going on this wild goose chase because they basically trying to find a ghost at this point. This is how nice she
yeah,
is. They trying to find a ghost. Like niggas, she's nowhere to be found at this point. So
yeah,
seeing that, I'm like, okay. So she's like, the way I'm thinking, she's 10 steps ahead of everything. Now that she know the police, because she can see obviously everything that's going on in the shop. She's seeing everything that's going on at the house. He can't see her at all. He don't know where she at. He don't know what's going on. Now she see the police into it. So now she really on her job, right? So she's still just messaging. She never calls. He never thinks to call the phone. None of that shit. It's just everything is text messages. To me, that's the first red flag. That's the very first red flag. The
yeah.
second red flag is you keep getting all these messages to your phone. Change your number, bro. You go get a new phone.
This is very true.
You could
But
end a lot of shit
but
if he did just change his phone.
but it's hard to do that because now you're right.
Mm-hmm.
But some of the shit that she was saying, at least you are keeping tabs on some of the shit that she's saying. Because if she's sending you crazy shit like, yo, I see this customer coming out of your place, I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
go fuck with them too. It's kind of like if I change my number, is she like it's mysterious
Now
stuff gonna
all of this
start
shit goes
happening.
to the customer and I'm clear. I'm good. I don't have to do this shit no more. What are you talking about?
but but I'm saying like it's kind of like you really kind of putting yourself really in the dark at this point. Because
Nah.
even though you're semi in the dark, you're gonna be completely blind if you change your number. Because
No, I don't think so. I think you get rid of this situation by changing your number. And the reason I feel that way is because the only other source of connection or communication that they had was through email. And I don't read none of my emails now, so I know for a fact I'm gonna ignore the fuck out of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey man, I feel like if he would have changed his number, that would have fucked up her whole game plan. And now, you know what I'm saying? I mean, ultimately, him keeping his number is what really saved everything. Truthfully, you know what I'm saying? Because without him having those messages, then he possibly would have been looking like a suspect. So you are
Yeah.
right about that. You are definitely right about that. But I just feel like her not having that access to him can change a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? It kind of puts a wrench in her plans. The way that
This is
she
true.
was the way that she was doing everything, it puts a wrench in her plans. So um back to Carrie, she's still sending messages. Now she's sending messages to Liz. She's threatening Liz. Um Shit is getting super crazy now because she talking about her kids, and you know what I'm saying, like shit is getting wild. Um and then we come to the point, and let me know if I'm missing anything. We come to the point to where Liz's house catches on fire.
Yes, where her animals, I think a dog and two cats, or two dogs or a cat
Yeah,
and a snake
yeah.
is caught in the crossfires, but her kids wasn't at home.
Right.
And so she calls, so Liz calls my man, what's my man name? Um
Who, Dave?
um Dave, calls Dave. So my house is on fire, blase blase. So Dave goes over there, consoles her, and is like, yo, look, you can you know, come chill with me for a while, blase blase, all this type of shit like that, because now Dave is feeling super responsible for
Yeah.
what's going on with Liz at this point.
Word.
Because he's like, yo, this stuff would not even be going on with you if I
If
never would have met Carrie.
or
And
if I would have
so,
never talked to you,
yeah,
because he really kind of like I feel like at that point he kind of felt like he brung her into all this.
yeah.
You
And
know what I'm
so he's
saying?
feeling like super guilty of like, man, like you
Yeah.
lost all of your belongings because I, quote unquote, ran into the wrong girl who is, kind of obsessed with me. And because I told her no, after she asked me could she move in after 2 weeks. And now he's thinking like, man, I know not only did I bring this upon myself, what I'm saying, this is leaking out on you as well. So
Right.
now he's feeling like super responsible for trying to be a player out here in these streets. And now
Mm-hmm.
there's this stalker girl named Carrie who is, now this girl now burnt your house down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now, like, I'm watching this and I'm like, yo, like, wait a minute. I'm like, yo, this is beyond the whole, what I'm saying, my man had to be laying down the pipe type shit. This is
Yeah. It's something. It's
way
something.
beyond this shit. This is
But this
this
is
is just a person
this is where
that
things get genius, though. Right. This is where things get genius because at this point we know that she has bipolar disorder. We know that
mhm,
she's going through depression. We know that she's been through some things. Come to find out, she hasn't been taking her medicine.
mhm,
So now it's like, okay, she's out here and she's really a problem at this point. She's really volatile. She's a threat because if she's going to lengths like this, because remember, no, at first remember before she burned down the house, because now that I'm thinking about it, I'm forgetting this part. Before she burns down the house, she breaks into the house
yes,
and spray paints horror and leaves Dave
yes,
alone. Like I mean, like she done messed the car up. Like she done did some damage. Right? She goes to vandalize the house, and after she vandalizes the house, I guess she felt like Liz didn't get a good enough warning. She burns it down. So now Liz is like, "Hey, I fuck with you, big dog, but I can't be out here like this. Like, I know you feel like you protecting me, but we ain't neither one of us safe." You know what I'm saying? If she could burn down this house, she could burn down this apartment. She could catch, you know what I'm saying? She could catch you slipping anywhere because they still sharing messages back and forth. You know what I'm saying? They still letting each other know what's really going on. So Liz is like, I'm let me grab my kids and we out of here. You know what I'm saying? Don't talk to me. You know, don't come find me. No nothing. I can't deal with this no more. So Liz leaves, goes to another place, and that's the end of that.
But then we
Mm-hmm.
got to remember, then we got to bring Amy into this.
Well, not
Cause
yet.
then,
Not
oh,
yet.
not yet. Okay.
Not yet. Because remember, a whole year goes past. So during this year, now that Liz is gone, everything tends to die down. Everything seems to die down. And now he, you know what I'm saying, he back to living his normal life. Everything is good. But Carrie is still missing. So the Carrie, excuse me, the Carrie situation is has gone into a cold case because they can't find her. They don't know what's going on. There's been no more communication. You know what I'm saying? The tracks are pretty much cold. They dead. And so after a year, this nigga says, you know what? I think it's time for me to start dating again. And what does this fuck nut do? What does he do? Get right back on the goddamn dating service and starts this shit up again.
Mm.
So he gets back on this dating service and he finds this chick. Now I will say this: whoever that picture of that chick was, oh my god, that motherfucker is alright. I'm not mad at him. I will say that I'm not mad at him about that because she was nice. That motherfucker was alright. So you know what I'm saying? He's sitting there having a conversation with this girl online, you know, doing their thing, and he's like, "Yo, let's fuck it, let's meet up." So they're supposed to meet up at this diner. Well, he gets to the diner, and the whole time he at the diner, old girl don't show up. So you know what I'm saying? The waitress comes, she like, "Yo, what's going on? You good? You know, we about to close up here." So he like, "I'm actually waiting for somebody. If you could give me, you know, a few more minutes. You know, if not, I just head out." She like, "All right, cool. I'll let you live." Well, and my man about to grab his keys, he get a message. Yo, I'm on my way. I'm sorry, things happen. I'm a little late. Da da da. He like, oh shit, cool. Once again, if you see this picture, you get it. I'm with him. I'd have waited a little bit longer too. So finally, she never shows up. Man got stood up. So he's
Well,
like,
no. He get a text message,
no,
and
wait,
it
wait,
said,
wait. I'm with you.
okay, okay.
I know. No, he gets stood up. So you know what I'm saying? He get his shit. He message. He like, yo, fuck it. I'm just about to leave. This motherfucker was like, psych. It's Carrie, nigga. Carrie back, nigga. What's up? I told you. You thought it was sweet. You gonna get back on this shit? You coming back? You gonna grab somebody else, nigga. If I can't have you, can't nobody have you, nigga. You know what I'm saying? My man, like, what the fuck, bro? I thought I was through with this shit. Nah, brother. You know what I'm saying? Now, if he would have just went out there and just went on the dating scene and did his thing in person like he was supposed to, probably would have never popped up. But we'll never know because he can't stay the fuck off of the online dating. So finally, he finds out. He like, yo, like, what the fuck is going on? Now it gets real because now his ex-wife and his kids are now into this situation.
Yeah.
So everything that he was dealing with a year ago is at an all-time high now. It's been ramped up. She done had time to fucking lay low, get her shit together, get her bearing straight, work on her shit. You know what I'm saying? She was a ninja before, but now she a master ninja. Like, she really on that shit.
Yes.
She in the trees, she in the shadows, she everywhere. So come to find out, you know what I'm saying? She start going after his ex-wife Amy and his kids. So now, you know, he like, man, I don't know what the fuck to do now because now it's back. He go back to the police. They like, yo, what the fuck? So it goes from Douglas County to I'm gonna try to get this right. I wanna say it's Potawatomi.
Shit,
That
I don't
sound good? Potawatomi? We gonna go with that. So if you know how to pronounce this county in Nebraska, then let us know. Please let us know. So anyway, the Potawatomi sheriffs or detectives, um, I'm trying to think which one had the hat. Was it Tony or was it Ryan?
Oh
Do
man,
you
I don't
remember?
remember. I just remember he had that mustache, bro.
Man, I think it was. I want to say he was Tony. We just gonna say he was Tony, but you can watch it and figure out though. But whoever had the hat and the mustache, we gonna ride with Tony. Tony. As soon as I seen him, I knew. I said, bro, this case is about to get solved like nobody's business. Okay. One thing you don't do is you don't go out west and you don't mess with a man with a cowboy hat and you don't mess with a man with a cowboy hat and a handlebar mustache. You leave that dude alone. Okay. Because he believes way too much into where he is and what he can possibly do. You know what I'm saying? So I know this nigga go hunting. He probably make beef jerky. You know what I'm saying? Like he really about that outdoor life. Like he will fuck you up. So when I seen this nigga was a detective, I'm like, oh yeah, she going down. They about to catch Carrie for real. It's over with. So, you know what I'm saying? They go back to Douglas County. They like, hey, you know, we got a guy here, you know, he has this information on this lady. We need, you know what I'm saying, we need the files from the case. They go get the files from the case, they looking into it, and after a while, they like, all right, some of this shit is weird. So, you know what I'm saying? A whole year went past. No mention of her for a year. No tracks of her for a year. No credit card usage, no nothing. So they going back through all the data, history, phone calls, all that. The mom is worried sick because she really don't even know what's really going on. And we don't know what the son is feeling, but I can imagine the son is like, yo, where the fuck is my mom at?
Yeah, because he was 14 at the time.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? So he's lost out on a whole mother. And so one of them has the bright idea to say, this shit really looks like a missing persons case. You know what I'm saying? I know it started off as a missing persons case, and then it kind of flipped to a stalker case, but this really looks like a missing persons case. Um, and we are missing somebody, bro. Oh, Jim, that's him, Jim Doty, for sure. Um, who was the one guy, bro?
I think it was Ryan.
No, I'm talking about the Todd Butterball. He was the stalker guy.
Oh
Yeah.
man, Todd.
So he's been doing work on stalkers for the longest. And he's like, none of this shit makes sense. He kept saying that. None of this makes sense. Because it has the remnants of a stalker, but we don't have like usually stalkers leave shit behind that you could pretty much end up finding, and it's a lot of evidence and stuff.
Was Todd working on the case?
I think he was. I don't know if he was working on it, but either he was helping them with the stalker part, or he was like advising them. But I don't think he was necessarily working on the case because I know he was working in tandem with them. But I think that was just because he had the expertise in stalking, and that's how they ended up pretty much finding out like this ain't no stalker case. Because remember, he was just go ahead.
No, because this is the only stuff that I know about Todd.
Right.
So when the guy that was on the spectrum, who I thought was, I thought he was, is he Ryan?
That might be Ryan.
So Ryan, right?
Genius, by the way.
Very, very much so. So when he created that whole system joint, you know what I'm saying, that he created because he was like, he had to put together this whole system to even try to, because the IOP number, he was like, you know, he did this whole thing, this whole breakdown, to where I think it was one IEP number that showed up like 5 times.
No, it was so the way he had did it was he had went through all the IP addresses, and all of the IP addresses, out of all of them, 10 of them showed up the most, and out of those 10, I think it was like 4 or 5 that was like more consistent than the others, and then he broke it down to like 3, and he ended up finding out that one of them had something to do with one of the guys that worked there.
Yeah, and that was Todd. And Todd was Liz's ex-boyfriend.
Right. So the stalker dude wasn't Todd. The stalker dude wasn't Todd.
No. Because Todd was the person that she was living with.
No, you're right. I'm thinking of Chris. Chris was the guy that was the stalker expert. because he's in Omaha.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
where.
Yeah, I
That's
knew it wasn't Ty. I knew it wasn't
yeah,
Ty. I was like, no, Ty was
right,
Liz's on and off boyfriend. And that's where she was
right,
living. And I was just like, but the crazy part about it, what made it even more crazier was just the fact that it that Ty worked under Ryan.
right.
It's like, are you kidding me? What are the odds? What are the
But this is
odds?
we're not even there yet though. We ain't even there yet though. So we're getting there. So basically, Jim is like, "Hey man, this shit is something about this ain't right." So they basically go talk to Carrie's mom. They get all this information. And they like, "Yo, we think something happened to Carrie." And I know that they saying that she a stalker and shit, but we don't believe none of this shit because none of it is matching up from the what I'm saying from their point of view. Well, come to find out that none of this shit was matching up. They was right about this whole shit. They find out that Liz is behind all of this shit, and they find out because hey, bro, listen, they find out because they go to my man Ryan. Like you said, Ryan he said he's on the spectrum. You know what I'm saying? He started talking about the proteins and coffee and the energy shit he was drinking. And I'm like, this nigga is a full on nerd. All of this shit is over with now. You bring Ryan into this shit is over. This nigga Ryan, he looking through all the information, looking through all the messages, all the phone cell, all the cell towers, pinging, all that shit. He said, you know what? None of this shit is working. I'm gonna write a program. And in this program is gonna tell me everything I need to know. Now, let me tell you how genius this shit is. This nigga wrote a program in one night. You know how long it take to write a fucking program, bro, to get that motherfucker to work perfectly? This nigga by himself wrote a program in one night. Crack the case. This nigga's a fucking mad genius, bro. When I seen that, I'm like, yo, this nigga is the truth, bro. I'm like, hey, I really fuck with this nigga Ryan, bro. But when he did that though, I was like, yeah, it's over with. So like you said, he writes the program. The program basically breaks down all the IP addresses. The one IP address looks familiar because it gives the actual home address of where the router or whatever is.
Yes.
And it's under a nigga named Todd Butterbaugh. He like, Todd Butter. Wait a minute, nigga, that's the homie. Hey, Todd, real quick, come here, bro. You got your shit on here? So he like, what the fuck? So they go break it down. Next thing you know, come to find out, this nigga Todd, like he said, on and off again with Liz. So now they like, wait a minute, didn't Liz move out of state? They like, he like, hell no.
Yo,
Bitch ain't move out of no state.
yo, and that right there tells me Ty may be, and this is why I say people got to understand, book smart and street smarts, two totally different things.
Common
Because
sense is not common.
if you do not see that this Liz girl got some fucking issues, and you letting her live with you,
Yeah.
that
Well,
tells
you know
me.
what though? You know what though? I'm not gonna say that because she could be a total. When we know now, she could be a totally different person around this nigga.
Maybe so.
You know what I'm saying? She could be at this nigga house watching Pretty Woman and then go over there fucking with Dave and be watching motherfucking 28 Days Later. We don't know.
Yo.
You know what I'm saying? We don't know. Because this bitch is a manipulator of the highest order. Like, we don't know what she's on. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
Man, listen, man. The amount of time she was putting in to try to put together this mastermind plan that she was doing.
Hold on, to try and put together. No, she put this motherfucker together. I will say this. She was on her shit.
All right. Well, let me ask you this then. Because I was telling someone about this and I was like, yo, I was like the one lady that really tripped me out, and I still think that this is one of our best podcasts that we've ever done.
Mm-hmm.
Evil Genius. Now that lady in that.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie to you. the word evil genius perfectly describes her because she took advantage of a bunch of people she knew didn't have it all. This is not the same situation, okay? This is not the same situation. You know what I'm saying? I know the type of people that she was around. I've lived around those people as well.
But they
They're
said that
easily
one guy.
manipulated.
But they said that one guy was super smart though. The one big
Who?
guy with the big beard that lived
Yeah.
next door and let
And
her put the
what
fucking.
happened to him? What happened to him?
I mean, you know, he got
He
no.
got
Remember, he
manipulated.
died. No, he
I
died.
know.
But it was from an illness though.
Oh, never mind. I'm thinking you talking about somebody else. Never mind. I know what you're talking about now. Yeah.
No, the big guy with the beard and the glasses, he ended up having
Yeah.
an illness and he passed away. But he was dumb to let her
Sure.
put that fucking
Illness.
that fucking cooler and have the fucking dead body in it.
How you think he got the fucking illness? They caught he go out. Shit. Who the fuck just comes in? Hey man, let me put this mother. He can't be that goddamn smart. Let me put this fucking cooler in your house. What? No, motherfucker. Run my light bill up and shit. No. Fuck. Nigga, find somewhere else to put that big motherfucking shit. That's stupid. But no. So with Liz, it comes to find out thanks to Ryan and thanks to Jim and what was the other guy's name? Tony. So Jim and Tony they together and shit. So basically they find out that Liz had killed Carrie. And
well, they suspected that she killed.
No, by this time, yeah, you're right. They did suspect. They suspect that she killed Carrie. And they pretty much using all of this new programming that Ryan created to figure all this shit out. They done hack the fucking phones and find pictures. And one of the pictures.
Well, I feel like the one thing happened first. I feel like when they found out that Liz was the one that was living with him, and they kind of like put two and two together. I guess they was able to get enough evidence for the judge to approve a tracker, and they put a tracker on the car.
You right. I forgot all about that. I don't know why I forgot about this part because this was where I'd say Ryan was the real genius. He starts to tell them how to basically trap her, basically get her to tell on herself. So they end up going to get Liz, and they interrogate Liz.
But you skipping.
What
did Liz do? What did Liz do before they talked to her though?
I'm forgetting.
You don't remember?
No.
All right. So they put the tracker on the car. And so then the dude started noticing that she's driving around Amy's house.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So now they worried about Amy's safety.
Right.
And so what the dude ended up doing was he calls Dave. Like, Dave, man, if I was you, I would do everything I can to protect my kids because at this point, Dave went and bought a gun.
This is afterwards, bro. This is afterwards. You're right, but this is afterwards.
Yeah, but they don't bring Liz in until after she shot herself.
So no. I'm telling you, because remember before that, they brought her. They questioned her. Because remember they questioned her about the Carrie situation, and she talked about how crazy Carrie was, and she hadn't shot herself yet.
Are you sure?
I feel like I am though, because I might be wrong, but I'm saying I want to say they questioned Liz first, and then that's when remember she was sending messages or emails back and forth between her and the detectives.
Yeah, that was all okay, right? Because see, this is the thing. I had watched half of it the other day, and I just watched the other half, like before we got started.
Okay.
So no, so they put the tracker on the car, and they noticed that she was driving around the house, whatever.
Right.
So my man Dave talked to his dad. Dad went and bought him a gun or whatever. So he puts the fucking gun at his apartment or whatever, whatnot. Right. So then what ended up happening was regular day, get off from work, go home, check the gun. The case is sitting up. So he goes to open up the case, and the shit is empty. And so then he calls, and then what ended up happening was 911 call come in, it's fucking Liz saying she got
Mm-hmm.
shot by a woman.
Mm-hmm.
And so then they said after she healed, they brought her in for questioning. And then that's when because they already knew that she was somewhat
Yeah,
of a
they was
suspect, but
basically
they
trying to
needed
get her
her.
to tell on herself.
Yeah, so what they
Yeah.
did was they played along with her. They was like, oh, so well, if Amy, you know what I'm saying, shot you, then obviously she probably did something to Carrie. But the
Mm-hmm.
problem is we don't have enough to pin Carrie's murder on her, so we need to get, details
Okay.
out of her and
Yeah.
all that type
Now,
shit.
yeah, you are right. You are
Yeah.
100% right. You are
And
right,
then that's when she started emailing us. The fuck, this
bruh.
bitch,
As Amy,
this bitch.
how convenient? How convenient after we say, "Hey, we just need to, we got to get this info on her." You know what's crazy? She just emailed me. She just emailed me this crazy. You should check this out. Look, come on, bro. That is so. It was so obvious. It was so obvious. Like the day after, she sends the message like, "Look what she just sent me." What? Sent the picture of the car. She talking about where she dropped the body, all kind of stuff. I'm like, yo, you are. At first, I was like, this girl is a genius. She knows how to move. She's doing this thing. She's killing the game, right? She might be up there amongst the top. Then when I seen them, bro, how they caught her, I was like, you know what? I take it all back. You don't even get the participation trophy because you basically gave yourself up. There's no way, bro. There's no way. I'm gonna tell you what I think did it. I think that year off messed her up.
You
I
said what
think that
messed her
year
up?
off threw her off her game. They say when you take a year off of doing something, bro, you don't come back. You know what I'm
You
saying?
don't
The
come back
same
the
way.
same.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So I feel like if she'd have kept it consistent, she'd never got caught. She
yeah,
possibly could have got Amy to go down.
yeah. This chick is out here wilding. Y'all
Absolutely.
understand that this lady burnt her own house down with all her belongings in it,
Mm-hmm.
and then a year later shoots herself in the leg.
Yeah. Claiming that
The
the
Amy
ex
shot.
wife, yeah, the ex wife of the dude that she used to mess with, just so happened to shoot her at a lake that was close to her house.
And she was right by the police station.
She just so happened to be in the same vicinity as as this nigga's ex-wife. The nigga ex-wife see her and was like, "Nuh-uh," and shoots her by the lake,
No
by her
park. The
house.
park. The
Yeah, the
park
park
by her
by her
house.
house. Come on, fam.
After a couple of weeks before, Amy says that she get a text message from the Carrie girl that I see you at the park. Old dude's going down the slide, and you pushing your daughter on the swing
Not,
set.
not only that, let's go here. Not only that, Liz is supposed to be out of state. Have we forgotten this whole thing? This is saying you're supposed to be here. When did you get back? Is the question. Because you're supposed to be gone. You're supposed to be at the picture.
Yo, like he been left you alone. Like been left you alone.
And then she just so happened to know about. First and foremost, they never talked about how if the ex-wife knew any of these girls. None of that. None of that ever came up. So she just know the fact that this nigga is getting stalked. And the kids came home one day and was like, Dad's got this crazy lady following him. She was like, all right, ain't no more going over there. We gonna keep the kids here for right now. She don't know nothing about these ladies. She don't know their names, nothing. She just know that the kids came home one day and was like, so Dad's got, you know what I'm saying, a stalker. And she was like, all right, well, we gonna shut that off real quick. And he was with it too. He's like, yeah, keep the kids over there because I don't want nothing to happen. Then all of a sudden, Amy see her in the park and she like, oh yeah, draw down on her and shoot her in the leg.
Yeah,
That's
which was stupid. But the
none of
reason,
that makes sense.
the one cop, which I believe that cop was Jim. So
Yeah.
Jim, like I was saying, Jim called Dave and was like, "Yo, if I were you, I'll
No,
move back
no, no,
home."
no. Tony called Dave. Tony was the
Oh,
one that
Tony
talked to
called Dave.
Dave. Yeah.
So Donnie calls Dave and was like, "Yo, man, I think it'd be." He was like, "Now we had alternative motives to go along with it because they needed this plan to work." So they're like, "Look, man, if I was you, I'll go home, stay around my
Protect my
kids, even
kid.
if you, yeah, even if you ain't really trying to be with her like that, at least be there to protect your kids, and all the type of stuff." And Dave was like, "Yeah, you're right." So as soon as Dave go home, because they put the tracker on the car, they knew that she was driving around the house.
She was only her driving around the house went from every 5 minutes to every 1 minute. She was circling that motherfucker like NASCAR, nigga. She wasn't playing no games.
And it wasn't even a busy road either. Like nobody was gonna notice that one car was gonna keep passing by.
That's what confused me. I'm like, you don't notice that the car just keep coming. You don't see no car no other time, and you the only house in this neighborhood it look like, and you don't notice that this car just keep flying past.
Yeah, but this is the crazy part. The crazy part is the fact that when Dave goes back immediately, what does fucking Liz do? She calls the police and says, "I can't believe this girl is still out of jail. She shot me," and then you're crying.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Dave's gonna be with her. You tell her
Dave is gonna be with. Why the fuck does it matter if Dave's gonna be with her? Like you just told her yourself.
Man, when I heard her say that, I was like, "Oh no, don't do that." I was like, "How do you?" First and foremost, how do you know?
Exactly.
That she is at the house. B, how the fuck you know Dave is there?
Exactly. You told on yourself, like, yo, for her to think that she was gonna outsmart these. See, that's when emotion takes over, man. Emotion took over.
Absolutely.
And he knew. He was like, yo, if I get Dave to go back to his ex-wife's house, this girl is gonna slip up.
She gonna give it all
exactly what she did. That's exactly what she did. She slipped up, and then that's when she started laying out all this information. This bitch puts the whole murder in emails. The whole murder, how she did it, and everything.
Meanwhile, time out. Because who threatened somebody by telling them how they killed somebody else and give every detail? I mean, she was giving exquisite detail. She was like she said, "I followed her to the car, and then I knocked her over the head with a wrench, and then I brought her up in the tarp, and then I just threw that bitch all the way over there. But nah, not on this side, all the way over on this side." Like, yo, like you giving way too much. You put way too much sauce on it, bro. That shit was crazy. To tell them exactly where she put her is nuts.
That shit is insane. It said that she wrapped after she burnt her, wrapped her up, and put her in the fucking dumpsters. Yo, crazy. So then they end up getting a tip because they saw the picture of the car, and they had the car. But after she put all those details in there about, see, that's the thing. They never would have been able to get the evidence from the car if she would have shut her damn mouth. But no, you want to give all the fucking details.
I told you, that year off, man. That year off. She lost her magic, bro. That year off.
So she's sitting there and says how she did it in the car and all this shit. So they go through the car, you know what I'm saying? They do the whole blood thing, don't see shit. So right. Like, fuck. Well, she had to be driving, which I still don't get that part, but we'll get there. So they take the driver's seat out, cut the driver's seat up, lift it up. Everything looked normal. I'm like, fuck. All right. Let's take the passenger seat out. Take the passenger seat out. Cut the leather off. Boom. Big ass blood stain. How was this bitch? Why are you? How did you get in the passenger seat? It's your car. Why are you in the passenger seat of your own car?
You know how she got in the passenger seat. She was dead in the passenger seat.
Well, if she stabbed her, maybe the blood didn't. Well, yeah, maybe the blood didn't leak out until she moved her over to the passenger seat. That's possible. But if you stab somebody, you would think still some of the blood would have got. Maybe it wasn't enough for it to soak into the seat.
Nah, this is what I'm saying. In order for her to have had the blood in the passenger seat, right? Because you got to remember this. She killed her before she even got in that car. That lady, Carrie never drove that car.
But yeah, you got a point. You
She
got a
made
point.
she drove. She
Yeah,
possibly drove it away from that night that they walked past each other. She possibly drove it away, but she killed her that night.
yeah,
And
and
when
then
she
put her in the
killed,
passenger seat.
she had to, bruh. That's the only thing that I could think of because I'm like, if that happened, right? She stabbed her, and then when she stabbed her, she bled out in the car. She had to do more than just stab her too. I think she snuck her, like hit her in the back of the head or something. She had to. Did that,
Yeah,
stabbed her. She gets her in the passenger seat, drives the car off, and then takes her out, burns her, and then just start dumping her.
yo, that's nuts. And I want to make a public service announcement to everybody out there that's listening to this podcast. There ain't one person, and I'm including myself. There ain't
Mm-hmm.
one person on this earth that is worth
At
killing
all.
another motherfucker
At
over
all.
to be with them. There
It's
ain't
not one,
nobody worth that
but
shit.
it ain't one person on this earth worth stalking.
I'm telling you, I'm
I'm
not
telling you
stalking
that
a
right
motherfucker.
now. First and foremost, you wasting too much time. You wasting too much daylight. It's a lot of other stuff you could be doing than stalking somebody. You got to think
Yep,
about that, bro. You literally following somebody around, watching they every move, trying to figure out what they doing. It's not worth it. Just let it go.
dude, that's just like the whole stuff of like, oh man, what I was about to say, I had a great example. That's just like back in the day where a racist person would kill a black person and then they would get
Mm-hmm.
caught and then they would spend life in jail. It's like you hate somebody so much to where you would risk spending the rest of your life in jail. Like,
You know what's
how
crazy though?
dumb does that sound?
A lot of them, man, a lot of them would do that shit because they actually like group up. They go to a group like that in jail. So like for them, that's probably like stripes, which is crazy as fuck.
Possible. That's possible, but no, ain't nobody worth that
Yeah,
fucking shit, man.
that's true.
To spend your whole life, like I said, she was driving around. This is before Dave went there. She's
Yeah,
driving around his ex-wife's house daily. You
and was
taking
telling
time
them,
out of your life. You
and
taking
was
time out of
telling
your
them.
own life, yeah, to drive around somebody else's. You know what I'm saying? To sit outside my man's work. I see you taking a smoke break. I'm gonna
This
go
is my
fuck with
question.
your customers.
This is the question that really needs answers. Nigga, how is she getting money to eat and to do shit? Like, how is you affording gas money?
Hey,
Because you wasn't going to
Todd,
work.
it had to be Todd. It had to be, or
Ooh, that is a
the
good
house
point.
fire. She could have got some money for her house.
And oh, nigga, you are a genius. I didn't even think about that.
Yep, she could have got money for her house,
I
and
really didn't
she.
even think about that. Well, see, no. Well, no, you're right because she didn't. She left a little while after, so that's enough time to be able to call her insurance company.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Get everything settled, get the money there, and then bounce. But this is the thing, though. She never. So they showed. Um. Oh, they showed her last transactions.
Well, no, no. Well, that was Carrie's. That was Carrie's last transactions.
Oh, you're
But we're
right.
talking
You're
about
right.
Liz. Now, see, the
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
about
yeah.
Liz
They
is,
never showed that.
yeah,
You're right.
they can prove arson. They can prove that somebody set it on fire, but because of the
Mm-hmm.
text messages they were
They
getting,
can't
they thought
prove
it
who
was
though.
quote unquote, they thought it
Yeah,
was Carrie. So
right.
the insurance company probably already paid her for her house.
Absolutely.
But so she was just staying with Todd because I think that she was just staying with Todd because Todd was an IT person and she was using all those, she was using his equipment
Hey,
to be able to, do all these different IP addresses.
Todd should not be hired no more. He
Yes,
is
Todd.
very unaware of
Yes,
everything that's going on because
yes.
how the fuck do you not know about the shit that's going on in your house at that? First and foremost, this is the thing that confused me. She was using like VPNs and shit to you to get like different IP addresses.
Yeah.
So like she was making like multiple like Gmail accounts and all and email accounts and all that shit. But the wild shit is this. She knew enough to do that, right? Because she was with Todd. She knew enough to be able to make different emails, be at different places, and use the Wi-Fi to be able, you know what I'm saying, so that all have different IPs. I think what really fucks her up is the fact that she was at the same place for too long. Like she was at Todd's for too long. She was at the other place for too long. Like those top 3 IP addresses, because those when he broke it down, those were the ones that were constantly showing up. And ultimately, that's what broke the case was the fact that like, yo, you know, Todd, like your information is on here, bro. What's going on? Do you know anything about this shit? Todd, like, nah, like what the fuck this got to do with me? I don't know these motherfuckers. Next thing you know, Liz pops up. Then he like, oh shit. Yeah, you know, that's a little chick I kick it with. And now everything come together through that. So I think that if she would have never been at Todd's, some shit would have been
Yeah.
different.
It's definitely a possibility because that's how Liz even came on the radar in the first place was because she was
Yep.
living with Todd.
Yep.
So that's really is what cracked the case, which you have to give a man that was on the spectrum all the credit for that because Ryan was able to zero that shit in, and that's what fucked her up. And then you got to shout out to either Tony or Jim, I forget which one it was, to get Dave to go back home because
that was Tony.
that was the trigger. Like that is what sent her over the top.
Yeah.
And then so my man on the spectrum had asked Todd, but asked Dave, did you have any kind of devices that, around that time, so he was like, he went to a storage building, he found his old laptop. Not laptop, tablet. Found his old tablet. Gave him the tablet. So he took the chip out of it. Look at the chip. Nothing on it. Wiped clean. But him being the genius he is, he's able to go into the deleted files, all the type of shit. Finds all of these fucking selfies of fucking Liz and shit. So then he's looking, and see this one picture that stood out. So he's looking at it. He's like, he kind of flipped it around. Like, man, that kind of look like a foot. And so then he do some research, and like your veins, especially when you're white, start to like show up when you're deposing. And they also saw that tattoo hit the moms up. Nancy hit Nancy up. Yo, did Carrie have a tattoo? Was able to find a picture of her, like squatting down, and you can see the tattoo on her foot. And that's when they was able to say, damn, this bitch took a picture of her decomposing body of a picture of a Carrie's foot. And that was really like, well, they had other shit. Like they had her fingerprint in this container thing that was in the car.
Yeah.
Because first of all, why is your fingerprint in Carrie's car? When you claim you never seen Carrie's car.
That's why I said that's how you know she was driving that motherfucker.
Exactly. So they got your fingerprint in the car. They got blood stains in the car, and they got a decomposing picture of her foot and a whole bunch of selfies of you.
Hey man, listen. Let's talk about this real quick. We got to talk about this shit real quick. What is it with fucking killers in the picture thing, getting evidence of the actual murder? Man, is it not enough to know that you did it, or like I don't understand the psychology behind that, because it's like you did it, you know you did it, you know you killed this person. Why create evidence afterwards?
I think it's the whole thing of like the whole it's like carrying around the secret that you have, and you can't you can't tell nobody about it. That's why I think she went into vivid details
Mm-hmm.
about it when she was posing to be Amy because she wanted to express it. She wanted to say it, and she didn't have nobody to say
Absolutely.
it to because she knew it would get her locked up. So she was like, "This gives me an avenue to say it, but I'm quote unquote Amy." You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
So this gives me the opportunity to say, and I think what it is they want to be able to relive that moment and they want to be able to say it. It seems, I don't know, I ain't never killed nobody, but it seems that they want to be able to say something or at least relive that moment. And that gave her an opportunity to either go back and look at it, which was the pictures, but which is still stupid because it's like you take a picture of it and then you delete it. So you don't even have it in your possession anymore. So it was like, what was the
Well,
point of having it?
I think she probably tried to wipe everything. That way, you know what I'm saying? Like, if something did, because I feel like in that moment, she did something stupid. And then when she finally realized the possibility of what could happen after that, what the backlash could be, she was like, well, let me clean this off. Because if I
Yeah,
delete it, then nobody's going to be able to figure it out. Not knowing that you dating an IT guy who works in IT and these niggas know how to retrieve all of that shit.
yeah,
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta be smarter, man. That's why I said I had to take my compliments back because I'm like, bro, you gotta be smarter than this. You dating an IT guy, you know what they well, I take that back because maybe she just was just with this nigga and didn't give a fuck about what he was doing.
I mean that's very possible.
Well, I mean, it's obvious because she was on and off again with him and still fucking with Dave.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. So yeah, man. So basically, Liz got caught up. You know what I'm saying? Carrie unfortunately was murdered. Rest in peace. And my man Dave was like, hey, you know, I'm just glad that, you know what I'm saying, everything is what it is. And I feel like this nigga still uses online dating. I'm
yo,
not gonna lie to you.
if
I
he's
feel like he
still
still goes on online dating sites.
if he's still doing that shit, yo,
Bruh.
he has a serious problem.
He got to be the dumbest motherfucker in the world.
Yeah, he definitely has an issue where he needs to fucking, you know what I'm saying, have therapy. Of like, yo, I am addicted to
Online dating site. Bro, just
online
be
dating
single.
site.
Just be single. Or try to get back with your ex-wife. One of the two. Because apparently the streets is not for you, brother.
Yeah. I
You know
hope
what
this
I'm saying?
dude's still not online dating.
I hope you just get back with it. I hope that brought them back together. And the kids is gonna be all right. They family back together because we need to get him off the streets too. He is
But
he's a liability.
before we end this pod though,
Mm-hmm.
like real talk on some serious shit, it has to be, you know, and he talked about it at the end of it. It has to be really hard knowing that not you are. How do I word this right? Because I want to word this right. Because first of
Some
all,
I
it's
feel like
not his fault. First of
somewhat
all,
responsible.
yeah, no, it's not
Yeah.
his fault. It's not
Right.
his fault because he was real with them in the beginning. He told
Mm-hmm.
both of them, "Yo, this is casual. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really trying to get anything serious, blah blah blah, all this type of shit." But to have to live your life with, you know what I'm saying, this guilt where there's one person who lost their life, where a mother lost her daughter, a son lost his mother,
Mm-hmm.
because you know, met a person who wasn't mentally stable. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Well, actually, in all actuality, he kind of met two. But
Yeah.
you know, but the only reason that she wasn't, well, this is the thing, she never wasn't. It seemed
Right.
like she wasn't
Because
taking her pills
she was
because
taking
they
her.
thought, yeah,
Uh-huh.
but it was because she was dead.
Right.
That's why her pills were still there.
Right.
But yeah, to have to, you know, have in your brain like Carrie would be alive if I never would have met her, or if I
If
never
I
would have
never would have
pursued
got
her.
online. If I never would have got online.
You know, so it's look, man, that's a tough thing to live with, man. Even though it's not his fault, it's not his fault.
It's partially his fault.
I mean, I mean, is it though? Really? I mean, you're talking
Yes,
about a guy who was married. You know, he had an opportunity. You know, he broke up with his ex-wife. He's just out here in these streets. And he's just trying to meet women.
I'm gonna tell you why it's partially his fault.
Okay.
It's partially his fault because A, you had Carrie at your house.
Hmm.
Liz calls and says, I need to get something from your house. Now, I don't know um how far of the man code manual, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people are in. But one thing for sure is when you have a woman at your house, the first thing you should know is to never ever let another woman in your house. Unless like a threesome or some shit about to go down. Or like it's your sister or your mom. But even then, like with your sister or your mom, that could be tricky too, because they may not even like her and that might fuck up your night. So that's a no, that's like a quarter flip, 50-50. But for sure though, you never let another woman near your house when you have another woman in your house, especially if you have already had relations with the first said woman. Hypothetical. You messing with a girl, right?
Okay.
The girl you used to mess with calls you and says, "Hey, I left my scrunchie at the house." You're not gonna be like, "Oh yeah, come get it," and then tell a girl, somebody you know I used to mess with left a scrunchie. You know what I'm saying? We gonna have to just do this tomorrow or something.
I
Tomorrow?
mean,
No, bitch. You can wait for the scrunchie. This shit is not important. You go buy another scrunchie. Right now,
look,
I'm in the middle of macking. That's what's important right now.
I hear everything you're saying.
So I feel like he is definitely partially responsible for that.
Yeah, because like the thing is, like whatever the situation is, you do not need to come over here and get this today. Be like, yo, look, I hear you, but you know what I'm saying? We can do this tomorrow. Like I got the thing is, if he's being honest with his women like he say he is,
Mm-hmm.
just be like, look, I'm busy. We can handle this
You
tomorrow.
can come pick it up tomorrow. You don't
Yeah.
got to come there tonight. I got company right now.
Yeah,
You ain't
like
even got
I'm
to say
not
that
letting
part. But yo, you could come. It's getting late. You come get it tomorrow. That's all you had to say because this is what happens if he does that, right?
okay.
That limits that interaction with her, and really it ain't even an interaction. That limits Liz from seeing her and knowing anything about her in that moment. That possibly saves her from dying that night. Really, I ain't gonna say possibly. It does save her from dying that night.
Well, especially that night.
Exactly. Because now it's gonna take Liz a little longer to figure out what the fuck is going on. If
Yeah.
that's what she was on when she first got there, right? But and I feel like that's kind of the beginning of it because she probably done drove past this nigga house 6, 7 times and seen the car there. Whose car is that? You know what I'm saying? Trying to figure out, oh, I left something in the house. She probably never left nothing to begin with. Sees that
Yeah.
and then now it's on and popping. Let me go kill this bitch. So if that never happens, I feel like all of this shit could possibly never happen as well. All he has to do is say, "Yeah, it's late. You can come get it tomorrow."
But I think that I'll say this because we ain't got to go on and on about this.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that she probably would have sat out there and waited till she left. It seemed like she was crazy enough to sit out there and wait
I'm with
till
you. I'm
her
with you. I'm not
leave.
denying that.
And the only difference is it would have been probably morning. It would have been daylight. So
That's what I'm saying. At least she has a fighting chance in this scenario. If it's you know what I'm saying, if it's the next day, you know what I'm saying, some things could change. She could probably go somewhere where she can get help. At night, shit closed down. Shit may not be open. You don't know how far away the houses are from each other. Anything can happen at night. You know what I'm saying? In the daytime, people out and about, people moving. So she has more of some leeway to get away from this trouble than she does at night. And I feel like first and foremost, as a man, you should never let a woman just leave at night like that.
yeah,
You know what I'm
especially
saying?
after
Like
a sketchy situation like that.
exactly. She
What?
girl just
Yeah.
called. She just happened to call you. Oh, I left something at the. Hey man, Not right now. I ain't gonna lie. I would have never answered the phone. She'd have been mad at me. That phone would have never got answered.
That's a great point. I'm with another squeeze right now. Like
Come
I
on.
don't even need to be talking to you. We ain't committed to each other.
It ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm with her. My attention is on Carrie at this moment.
Yes, this is 1000% true.
You know what I'm saying? I don't need to worry about what Liz got going on. She's not here right now. So that's what I'm saying. Yo, he was slacking on his macking, man.
This is 1000 true.
Yeah, you can't let that go down, bro. You know what I'm saying? But it is a very unfortunate situation because it didn't even have to get to this point. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
Especially not a murder. You know what I'm saying? If anything, you could have fought her. You know what I'm saying? You could have gave her a 2-piece real quick, let her know, bitch, this my man. You know, can't nobody have him if I can't have him. And that, it would have been a, you know what I'm saying, a better situation. But now you in jail and you shot at that. You done shot yourself. Like what was oh my god, you talking about a plane flying off the rails, my nigga? Hey, bro.
Yo, you in jail? You in jail telling these other girls like, yeah, man, I burnt my own house down.
Yeah, bro. Hey, bro, all for this motherfucker to get back with his ex-wife. Come on, fam. This is the now that we breaking this down, I'm really thinking this bitch is horrible. This bitch is the worst. This bitch that shot herself, burnt her house down, killed her pets. Don't forget about that part. This bitch killed her pets. This bitch, this bitch told on herself. All for a motherfucker that she only was with for maybe what 3 months.
Oh man.
Meanwhile, Todd in IT is the man to be with. She should have stayed with Todd for all this shit. Bro, that's fucking crazy, bro. That is fucking crazy. You done caught a body. You really ruined everything about your life. You done destroyed your children's home. Your children living there. That's the crazy part to me.
You put your kids probably ain't got no clothes. You know what I'm saying? They probably got new clothes, but like, what if like your son really loved this one like jersey or something? You burnt that shit up,
bro. You traumatized these children for nothing. For nigga for nigga you met online, bro. That's crazy. Let me tell you what's even wilder. She had the perfect excuse to burn down the house, get the insurance money, and run the fuck away.
Yeah.
And that could have been, she could have just been living in the money.
Yep.
And she decided to come back and stalk this nigga some more. Man. Money do not buy you happiness, brother. I can tell you that much.
Nope.
Because if I'd have had that money, all that stalking shit, we went out the window. That would have been my grand scheme. If I'd have got caught, I'd have got caught for fraud. They'd never caught me. They'd have never caught me for nothing but fraud, nigga. Cause that's what I'm saying, bro. Like she didn't even have to kill the lady. You know what I'm saying? Like she could have just fought her. She could have made some shit up. Like it's a bunch of shit she could have did. Like especially knowing that she was like as good as she was with the emails and shit. She could have did all kind of shit. She could have been faking emails from him to her, and you know what I'm saying, put some shit on there and then sent it to her. Like, see, this is why you shouldn't be with him. You're a cheater. Like, I don't know, man. She went way too extreme for this. I'm sorry, but absolutely, bro. Let's go ahead and let's get into the fire flames, man. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Yoga fire. Claim.
All right, man. So what you got?
Um, for the information that was given, man. I mean, look, this whole thing is some weirdo shit, but personally, I think Netflix did a really, really good job with this. It was very informative. I have to give this a 4.5. I think they did a really good job with it, man, and to have the I keep forgetting his name, but the cop that was on the
Dave.
spectrum,
Oh,
like
Ryan.
I mean Ryan, I mean yo, my guy had a brain tumor, my guy,
Yeah.
and held the surgery off until the case was over. Like that's crazy. And then the other cop, you know what I'm saying, his
Jim.
marriage was going in the toilet for him
Oh,
to
totally.
finish this case. So it's just like, there was a lot of information shared in this, and the dramatizations that shit was good too. So
Yeah.
so yeah, man, I'm gonna give this a 4.5.
Man, I'm giving this a 5. Let me tell you something. I was talking to the TV. Okay. I was tuned in, didn't touch my phone. Man, everything about this shit was amazing. Then, and y'all know I'm a sucker for plot twists. When the twist happens, bro, I threw my hands on my head like this, like somebody just dunked on somebody, or nigga the Undertaker just got up after being slammed at WrestleMania. I was like, yo, ain't no fucking way this is for real. I was so into this shit. I told you when I hit you up about that, I said, bro, you have to watch this. Like this shit is wild. So I'm giving this joint a 5. This goes into my Hall of Fame of documentaries. I'm sorry.
Okay.
This was the one. I fuck with this one. This might be the best doc this year so far.
Well, yeah, I mean it's early, but yeah.
Yeah, because I've seen a couple of them this year. Right now I'm on one that I gotta finish, but it's pretty good. But this one, Lover Stalker Killer, bro, hands down, the best one I've seen so far, bro.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and jump into coming soon, bro.
Yes, sir.
Coming soon to own on video and DVD.
All right, man. Next episode we have Nightcrawler starring Jake Gyllenhaal. Um, man, this is I don't know how this one is gonna go down
This,
for real.
yeah, this is some sicko shit too.
Yeah, I don't know how this one gonna go down for real. So y'all just stay tuned for this one
Yeah,
because
stay
I don't
tuned for that one.
I don't really know because this is a wild ass story. Um, but listen, man, if you guys enjoyed this episode, if you didn't like this episode, if you too feel like Liz ruined her fucking life for nothing, then hit us up. Let us know on the socials on Instagram and X at View and Nine Pod. You can hit us up on Facebook at View and Nine Pod. I'm sorry, VA Pod Watch Group. Facebook VA Pod Watch Group. You can hit us up on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Viewers Anonymous. Go there. You can watch all our videos. You can also listen to old episodes of the podcast there. And not only that, you know what I'm saying? You can leave a comment. You can like the videos and you can share them with friends. You know what I'm saying? Let them know what you're watching and what you're into. Um, and trying to think, we still have excuse me, our subscription episodes, $2.99 a month. Make sure you subscribe to those so you can go back and listen to those. We got some more coming up for you guys, and I believe that's all for Viewers Anonymous. As for me, you can follow me on X or Twitter at Scoots Bronson. Link tree in my bio. You can find me everywhere else there.
And y'all can find me at s.foster8 on Instagram and on X at 28 minutes or less pod. That is just on IG. Follow the podcast 28 minutes or less. It's on all major platforms. And the last episode is 145, which is the last episode I did. Cocaine Cowboys 2, Griselda and Charles. Go check that out on all major platforms.
That's what's up, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. Your support is always greatly appreciated. And until the next episode, like they say in Hollywood, that's a wrap. Oh, What?
That's a wrap.
Cut.